Hi, my name is Craig, and I'm an engineering student at U of M. I just want to take a little time today to tell you about the story of my relationship with God. The driving force in my life growing up was to be at the top. I felt like I had a destiny of greatness, and when I achieved it, I would get the acceptance and respect that I deserved and my soul was craving. As a kid, I would daydream about this. I would watch the highlight reels of past Stanley Cup playoff championships, where the inspirational music was playing and the announcer's voice would scream the name of the champion who scored the winning goal, and the crowd would go wild. And after watching that, I would be outside in a parking lot with my street hockey stick, deking out imaginary defenders, and in my mind, there was the announcer's voice screaming my name as the champion, and the crowds were going wild with excitement. When I got older, I kind of focused my quest for greatness into my athletics, basketball and volleyball, and my academics. And I put quite a bit of pressure on myself and got to a fairly high level in these things, winning provincial championships, playing on provincial teams, and in school scoring at or near the top of my class, usually. But with all this success going on, there was a few things in my life not working out quite as expected. Whenever I succeeded, there was always somebody doing better than me. And often my quest for greatness just ended up in mediocrity. I remember distinctly the day the coach of the greatest volleyball team in the country telling me that he didn't have a place on his team for me. And at that time I was really confused and disappointed, and I was realizing that my quest for acceptance through greatness was really kind of unreliable and undependable. Well, the other thing that wasn't working out quite as expected was that when I did achieve greatness and would get to the top in something, it wouldn't translate into the acceptance that my soul was really craving. And my relational life was kind of a mess at that time. At the same time, there was this dichotomy in my life between what I thought was a morally right way to act and the way I actually behaved. I spent a lot of time trying to get rid of behavior that brought a lot of pain to myself and others without much success. Every time I went back to something that I swore I would never do again, my spirit was crushed, and the burden of what I did just kept growing larger and larger, and I felt like a total moral failure. Well, during this same journey, I ended up reading parts of the Bible, which had quite a bit to say about greatness and acceptance. And I remember discussing what I read with an older friend of mine named Rod, sitting across the table from me in the cafeteria saying, "Craig, if you want to be great, you have to understand that the way up is down." And he was talking about what Jesus Christ did for me and the way that I can respond to him. You see, you have this supreme being who created the universe looking down and seeing the moral flaws that I brought into my life, and he decides to come down and exchange his greatness for my mess of a life, offering me total acceptance. He laid down his life so that mine could go up. And then the great paradox for me was, if I wanted to go up and receive this greatness and receive this acceptance, first I had to go down by laying my life down into Christ's hands and trusting Him to be everything that He said He would be in my life. In some ways, the idea of laying my life down into Christ's hands was not easy for me, because it's kind of a humbling process, acknowledging that my only hope for greatness and my only hope for acceptance is in His hands and not my own. It kind of meant giving up the role of hero that I craved so much for myself, and letting Him instead be the hero of my life. In the end, I accepted Christ's offer. I accepted that He used His life to pay for my moral shortcomings. And the burdens that I used to carry around were lifted when I put my trust in Christ. And really, the lifting of that burden has brought a sense of peace into the darkest times of my life. Now I don't have to pursue greatness as a way of being accepted. Christ accepted me, and the beauty of His acceptance is that it came at the lowest point in my life, and I don't have to worry that it's going away if I don't stay on top. So I want to thank you for taking a bit of time to listen to the story of my relationship with God, and I invite you to tell me what you think, or tell me about your story in a message, or to visit everyonehasastory.ca to hear the stories of a few more U of M students.